What's going on, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Battle Brothers on the Beast and X. Nope, did it again. Not gonna restart. We're only like 6 seconds in. Already made a stupid mistake. Not gonna restart it. It's the Wars of the North DLC. It's fun. It's good too, guys. And fitting that theme, I think I may have a treat for you guys today. Some of you might not like this. Some of you might love it. I think I'm gonna have a good time. We're going to spend today's episode trying to take out Camp of the Ancestors. And why did I phrase it that way? I'll explain it to you. So, I logged on last night. I could not remember how tough this fight was. And I could have sworn I remembered at some point that there were, more leadership enemies in here instead of just Chosen and a couple Reavers. So I did a thing that you can do in Battle Brothers where you just kind of wait. And eventually they'll get like reinforcements, right? If you kind of camp far enough away. I think proximity kind of messes it up a little bit. I forget exactly how it works. But lo and behold, we cannot see it now, unknown garrison. But this place filled up. And just for fun, we're going to try and do this today. We're going to treat it as almost like a boss battle because there is a champion chosen unit in this fight. You heard me right. A champion chosen unit. There's an armored unhold. There are drummers, I believe. It's going to be a wild one. I think our front line has the armor necessary to sustain in this fight. Our back line certainly has the DPS. It's just whether or not we can maneuver through this. And this is going to be one of those fights I honestly almost don't expect to win. I feel like we're going to get wrecked. I'm saying that wrong. We can win this fight. It's just how many brothers will it take to do it? And because this isn't a real boss battle, we're just going to have fun today. If we're going to take the fight, it's going to be a ridiculously difficult fight. If it starts going downhill too quickly or something like that, we'll just reload and we'll try again. Because I think, honestly, we can do it. So we're going to load, reload, all that stuff. If that bothers you, I'm sorry. I know it kind of is fourth wall immersion breaking. However, this is fun. This is one of the toughest fights we're ever going to do. And there's a champion chosen in here. There's armored unholds. Like, we got to do it. And this isn't a realistic fight for me to take at this point in the game. Our brothers need levels. Our brothers need better armor. This is a top tier fight. If it was just me playing, I don't know. I'd probably ignore this and walk away. But we got to do it for fun. We have to do it. So Camp of the Ancestors. Let's get in there and check this out. Brand Skull Crusher. Some Barbarian Reavers, some Barbarian Chosen, a few Drummers, one Beastmaster, and one Armored Unhold. So, really tough battle. Minus the Unhold and the Beastmaster, or minus Brand, which we will be able to tell him right here by his distinctive base. He has this kind of special skull base. Minus any one of these elements, or even like the Drummers, and we would have a much more manageable fight. But you put all these things together, and what we have here is an extremely difficult fight. And I think the key to this is kind of very similar to the Orc battles. Ooh, maybe a free drummer? That could be a mistake, because 2 drummers gives them redundancy. And killing just 1 drummer I feel like is pretty weak. Man, he's still not dead. Is he bleeding? He has a pierced lung. I don't think they bleed from that. But yeah, I think the play here is going to be to do our best to make solid use. Man, this is tough. Step out and use Indomitable. So I know I keep kind of like half finishing sentences. I think the best play is going to be to hold our flanks as long as possible. Kill the Reavers as they have the potential to throw things at us. And then from there, just choose good targets and try and pick people off. Big damage. Our crossbows are going to be necessary to deal with some of the heavy armor that we're seeing. I think, honestly, our front line, we have to conserve fatigue. I think we can last one more turn. Spear wall there. I think we can last one more turn without using Indomitable or anything like that. But next turn, however, it's going to be the turn where we're going to have to make sure that units like the Unhold and stuff don't just get into our lines and start tossing us around. The key to this victory is going to be protecting our back line. This dude is terrifying. If we get this kill, we're going to get Berserk. Nice. And he already moved, so we're not really applying any kind of overwhelm to him. We can consider focusing... Wow, that armor is so thick. Jesus. Alright, quality miss. Thank goodness. Okay, we're not wavering or anything like that, but we did lose a bit of our bonus there. And putting some damage on Brand is going to be nice. Knocking him back is also good. We don't have Lone Wolf active, so I think we can kind of use this tree area. Let's also pop Adrenaline. And man, we may have even another turn to make all this happen. Alright, let's go for the swing, hoping to kill the Reaver. Not quite, but now we can use Indomitable to protect ourselves. What kind of targets do we have? Wow, that was okay. It didn't do a lot of damage because it was only a 75% damage shot because we missed our main target. Man, a kill there would have been beautiful. Spear wall again. I think our spear wall is doing something to the AI. That sucked. We really need to hit this thing's HP to make sure that we can start causing bleed. And he popped adrenaline on us, so did they. Okay, we need to expect them to come in now. Good bleed. It's tempting to step in. No, we actually can't. Okay, snow is kind of messing us up. Alright, here come the big boys. Ooh, even rotation. That was brutal. And Fritz is in a lot of trouble. I think we take the easy kill. Easy kills. Perhaps I was hoping someone would step in here for another round swing. But it doesn't look like they're going to give me that pleasure. And we need to support down here if we can. Put some shots on Brand. He hasn't gone yet. So let's put Overwhelm on him. Come on, Svarog. Hit him, knock him back. There we go. Thank goodness. Okay, not exactly who I wanted to hit. The double bleed into the run. Very good. I think now what we can do, we could step up here. Let's use a War Dog. I don't like this weapon. He has the ability to swing in a 360 around himself. And we're currently giving him a ton of targets and he's super fast. I'm a little worried about what we've just done. But we can now lock down this guy. We put some big bleed on him. Okay. We may end up losing a lot of dogs in this fight. I think it's time for Bill Hooks. Alright, wish us luck, guys. We need to survive this round swing. I think that's coming. He may not use it because it'll kill his own guy. But that remains to be seen. They may honestly not care that much. Okay, we're going to get a chance to apply some Overwhelm. We whiff all of our shots. Dang. We're whiffing everything. This is brutal. Can't believe it. Okay. Dog's down. Whenever we get a clean opening to use a dog, we're going to. And we have one stack of bleed on Svarog. Okay, down goes the dog. That was pretty terrible for us. And at some point we need to start working down this thing's armor. He's pretty happy to be alive right now with all of this confidence. But if we can get a couple kills, we might be able to drive them back to not so confident. I was about to say, we need to get that big kill here. Make it basically a 1v1. Let's tie down the drummer and drop a war dog. This fight's not going bad, considering. We just have a few elements that are in bad positions, and the confidence that they currently feel is pretty scary. Alright, our dog misses. I will say we've had a few unfortunate misses as well. Yeah, AI hates dogs. This is known. If we can break Brand, let's bring out our next quiver. We have one more shot. He's no longer confident, which is huge. Step forward here. I think we drop a dog. Wow, and it goes on the Barbarian Beastmaster. Perhaps not the best target. Damn. That miss is brutal. What I'm thinking right now is using rotation to get Fritz basically only fighting the Unhold. But he may have less HP and less armor, but he does have a shield, which Ragnar does not have. So we're going to gamble and hope that one stack of Overwhelm. No. He's probably dead. Damn, he's not dead. Wow. We might be able to get him out of there. Maybe. Just maybe. Shield up. Can we break him? Almost. Did we get a bleed here? We did. Come on, Svarog. Our misses have been, honestly, like, tremendous. Yeah. We're stuck fighting the same guys over and over again just because we cannot get the hits that we need. And having Ragnar knocked back was pretty rough as well. Expecting our dog to die. No hits. Damn, and he just bleeds out. He's trying to whip our dog, but he didn't get him. I can't believe that. We're just whiffing everything. Just trying to get the kill for the Berserk reset so we can apply more stacks. If we move in here, it doesn't do us any good because we're still within range of the Unhold. We just need to apply maximum stacks of Overwhelm. Damn, we just don't have... This position right here is rough. Yeah, we don't have a good way to do that. Fritz is in trouble. He's got his shield up. We could step in and shield wall to try and make his shield stronger. And it worked. Let's drop a dog. Try and increase our surround so we stop missing all these hits. Thank you. Alright, that's the last drummer. That's a bleed on a chosen. Pretty good. Jotnar's in great shape. And this hammer should do good work. Alright, we took away his confidence, so his chances to hit are much lower. Oh man, we had another shot. Dang it. I just noticed he was out of ammunition, not that he was too tired. Yeah, my bad, guys. This is a crazy fight. Also, guys, I just wanted to mention, once again, it's in the morning. My kids might wake up. I have breakfast on the table for them. If they get up and you hear like a minute or so of silence, it's just me probably telling my kids, go ahead and have breakfast, you know? So don't worry about that. It's not a mess up in the recording or anything. But kids come first. Some of you out there I know are probably dads, and you know what I'm talking about. Kids always come first. Okay. I kind of want to step in here just to give this dude more targets. All the overwhelm. I guess we'll be able to stack 6 overwhelm on him. That's a good number. And our fatigue is done. Good shot. Come on, Sir Lancel. Yeah, that's a dangerous weapon. We're surviving. And he's running. Beautiful. Double bleed. 5 stacks of overwhelm. Let's take it to him. Let's come up here and kill this Beastmaster. And now we can go for a decapitate. So, talking in the comment section to someone about decapitate, let's read exactly what it does so that we're all on the same page. A devastating blow aimed to decapitate the target on the spot. Does more damage to hit points, the more the target is already injured. So this unhold is very injured, so it'll do a lot of damage. Killing a target will always decapitate it if at all possible. That doesn't translate to, you know, you have a really good chance to like get an insta-kill or something like that. It's very easy to kind of think that. But I think if we go for the decapitate and we missed it, god dang it. So we're not out of the woods yet. We're very close to being out of the woods, but not yet. We've almost got him broken. Oh man. Once again, we've got him wavering, so wavering with 5 stacks of overwhelm. It's fully surrounded. If he kills Fritz, it'll just be like an act of God. Wow, could he not? He was confused. Oh, that's a thing that happens. I think that happens. Oh. Oh my god, does that happen if you can lock down the Beastmaster? That was an achievement. Oh my god, guys. Did I just learn something? I think we did. I think we may have all learned something today. If you can get on, so I remember this from the patch notes. If you can get onto the Beastmaster, they lose control of the unhold. I totally forgot about that. I've been seeing that like blue question mark and not really thinking about like what it meant. And I guess it meant that he had kind of like lost his direction. What a fight. Guys, we are the Jarls of Jorvik, and we are not scared of anything. Put a shot in this dude's chest and take him down. Alright, now we're hyped. Yeah, poor Fritz. He's going to have to sit out in the next one. But, guys, I anticipated we would fail. I anticipated we would fail. And we did not. I don't think this Barbarian Beastmaster is going to have the ability to take out what's currently on top of him. And he is the only resistance left. Jesus, what a fight this was. So yeah, I thought I was about to spend 45, 50 minutes doing this fight. Brand died. It says we get his weapon, but I think he had unique armor. You could see it's like different color. He's got some kind of blue, and he had a big chain around his neck. I am super curious to see what we're going to get after this fight. Yep, we got our dogs coming in to do some work for us. We can get our range stuff in position. Probably won't matter. I imagine Jotnar plus a crossbow bolt to the face will be enough to finish this fight for us. Ow, that whip though. Do some big damage. We'll jump up with Jotnar, try and take him out. And down they go. Wow. Alright, big moment, guys. I can't believe we did that fight. I think Jotnar is leveled as well, like an actual level. And despite destroying it, thanks to our Raider perk, we get his armor, the Chilling Coat. It looks awesome. It doesn't have the best durability. What else is this? Thick plated barbarian armor. We get one of those too. And some big helmets, which kind of suck. Okay. They're still cool. And we get another one of these shields. I can't believe that. 400. Yeah, we get a lot of good stuff. These rusty war blades. All of this stuff will sell for a ton. Awesome. Man, I'm glad we could do that together. That was a sick fight. And a super dangerous one as well. Did he not level? Oh man, he's so close though. Okay, so we have another one of those crazy shields. Let's give it to Fritz. Fritz earned that. Fritz was a hero this battle. He deserves it. Sadly, this armor here, we're kind of beyond it. And it's unbelievably heavy for what it is. Oh, I also didn't notice we got this Beastmaster's headpiece, which seems like it's 130. Wow, this might be the best archer helmet in the game. Interesting. No, it's a vision -1. Okay, I was thinking for a second that archers could have vision -1. It's not. It's crossbowmen that can. Okay. I was about to say, I was like, that would be really cool though. Man, take away that vision -1 on this. And you've got like a really sick way for people to seek after, you know, these unique helmets, these Beastmaster headpieces for their archers. That would be cool. It would give you a reason to hunt them. Let's give our boy that unique shield. So yeah, we don't need to repair this junk. It's not worth much. We will 100% repair this. Every one of these weapons gets repaired. All of these helmets. We finally picked up a whip too. Very cool. Let's organize a little bit. Guys, I am hyped that we were able to take that fight. And I'm kind of sad we can't use these helmets. They're only 190. Don't these things look like they should have more armor than that? Like they'd be like the 230 mark or 250s or something? Dang, and they're so heavy. Compared to one of these, they're 40 durability worse. And 3 heavier. Damn. $18 versus $27. This is a great piece of armor though, so let's read it together. A barbarian armor made of crude making that has been adjusted to protect without being too cumbersome. It wears the typical markings of the northern barbarian tribes. Sick. I was hoping it was a stronger armor than this. 237 is not... it's not in the same ballpark as some of the other armors we have. That's just like the 338s. But what it is good at is going to be as a great kind of crossbowman armor. It's light. Actually, you know what? What do we have him in? We have Leisure Side wearing this because he has the fatigue to handle it. But the person who doesn't have the fatigue to handle the heavier armor, who we also have Battle Forged on, is Ragnar. And Ragnar is a huge sellsword with you know, barbarian-esque tattoos, and we've kind of been role-playing him like he's a kind of a barbarian light. So I think we'll use that on him. I think that's a right move. It allows him to maintain a lot of his fatigue. He also took some pretty heavy damage in that fight, so maybe it's only right that he gets a share of the best spoils. And we have, I think, basically a representation of all the best weapons. Yeah, from the barbarians. We've got some of the best armors. Is there anyone that would want this? This is 230 for 35. It's only 10 better than this for way more fatigue. Probably not. In the last few episodes, we've managed to scrounge together these sellswords armors. And they're amazing. 32 versus 35 for 30 more durability. Yeah, sadly, I wish these armors were more usable than they currently are. They're just not. And let's just make sure we're doing good rotations. And yeah, so we did it. Totally uncalled for fight. Oh yeah, and let's, before I forget, so we got this new shield. We already have a bunch of them. Let's put them in order of who we take them off of. That way we know who to give them back to. So let's check them out. 3 identical shields. This is a little ridiculous, honestly. I don't know what the RNG is doing here. This has 66 durability, which is way better than the 48s on these. And for comparison, you know, that's identical to a kite shield. So these are essentially, in durability terms, the same as a kite shield. 15 to 33. Wow, this one's stats are so much better, though. They're all very different. This one even has less fatigue, but it also has less stats. Interesting. Very interesting. And you know what? I think because Fritz has the worst fatigue out of the bunch, we need to give him this one. Because at the end of the day, these guys have better fatigue. They can carry these heavier shields. And even getting a gain of 3 fatigue on Fritz is good, considering he's only sitting at 52 right now. And I gave them nets before we went into the battle. Some of them I took off holy waters and put on nets, anticipating the possibility that we may want to net down some chosen. It didn't come up that battle, but it very easily could have. Whew. All right, guys. I am like flabbergasted. To be honest, that's a word you don't hear very often, flabbergasted. But I am. I am totally flabbergasted. Before we do anything else, do you guys like us yet? Still no? It's getting there. My kingdom for a taxidermist. Let's head to Jimenstein. Or no, the plan was to go to Camp Watt to see for contracts to make enough to come back to Donnerstadt and buy that piece of armor that's glorious for a fencer. I don't know if we'll be able to do that, to accomplish that. But we did just pick up a ton of stuff to sell. But we're going to have to use a lot of tools to fix all the damage we just did to ourselves. And I'm probably honestly going to save the game as well. As much as I want these Warhounds, I don't think we can afford them. Let's see what the prices are here. We may be able to sell off our loot. The prices aren't bad. I don't know if we're going to get better than that. So the stuff that we can sell, that's in sellable condition, we should. This stuff here. The rest I think we're honestly going to repair. We'll hold on to the whip as well. That's a weapon that I want to test out. That's good enough. We'll sell that. And I hate to get rid of these, but as much as I love the idea that Overhype is putting in weapons and things that fill a mid-game role, and they're unique, I hate having these unique items and then feeling like I need to sell them and there's nothing else I can do with them. In the future, maybe in the game, if they add something to the effect of an enchanting or disenchanting system, maybe they can make it so that you can disenchant these types of weapons to make other new weapons. I could see that being a cool addition to the game. I don't know how likely that is, but I could see that being a cool addition. Okay. That's about all I want to sell right now. That put us up to 8,800. That was a lot. We got a lot for these weapons here. And I realized after the fact that I sold off the rusty axe that I was holding, I got a bit enthused. But we are going to keep the thorn whip, and we are going to test it out at some point. Wouldn't be surprised if we had a brother that could make good use of that. And let's visit the marketplace to see what they have for us. Everything here is a bit expensive. How are we on food? 12 days worth of food. Little low on ammo, but that's 200 apiece. We're going to hold off. We're going to try and increase our purchasing power. Grinmere. Up to 30 heads. I would love to do that. 95. That was worth negotiating. So a lot of times, I think what happens is if you take these types of quests where they ask you to go and hunt a particular type of enemy, they spawn them in. And they give you a chance to kill these types of enemies. So direwolves, webnecks, and Naxxers are going to be spawning. And man, this should be pretty easy. Almost 3k gold to do this. Not to mention all of the supplies we'll get, a lot of which we'll be able to sell. So I'm anticipating getting well over 1,000 or about 4k for this, which I think unfortunately still doesn't put us. We need to go to Greenmere. Where's Greenmere? God, I was hoping that wasn't super far away. So I'm reading the words right here, trying to find it. The Plains region of Greenmere. Yeah, forgive me guys, this might take a second for me to find. I'm really just hoping it's not like down here-ish or something ridiculous. It's probably not. It's way over here. God dang it. Damn, that sucks. Okay, so I'm thinking. We could walk over there, fight some stuff, perhaps find a fight here, a fight there, get there, sell some stuff, make our way back to Donnerstad, hope that the armor is still there, even though it's probably not. Oh, man. Yeah, I really don't like contracts that are given to me that are so far away. I'm not sure how the game kind of determines these types of things. Why couldn't it, give me a contract for one of these areas close by, like the Silver Sage Fields or something, and then I could have just walked down. It's still far, but I think it has to do with the fact that Camp Walk is way on this side of the map. So these Goblin Raiders, who I think we've seen already, and we kind of let them go. Yeah, it looks like they're still down here causing trouble. We have some injuries. Yeah, Fritz needs to go. And let's just do something like this. That'll work. And at the moment, we are hungry for fighting. So, you know what? Let's save the game. Boy, I did not expect to be able to do that in one shot today. And I would be distraught if I had to do that fight again. Because I wouldn't make you guys watch it. I would have to do it again on my own time. And in that instance, it would just be me. Not wasting my time, but essentially wasting my time. Okay. I didn't mind fighting them at night because they have their own archers. So, we kind of get the benefit as well. Let's step in here and go for the big split. Nice double. There we go. I hear my kids waking up. But they may play in their rooms. When you're a kid, man, nothing's better than just playing in your room during the summer. Man, our vision is so bad. And we don't have to worry about protecting our back line. We can just step up. I don't think I'm going to shoot him. That'll just give him a chance to go do something else. There we go. That's what we want to see. The ambushers. And they're going to run. And let's use adrenaline. Make sure we can attack before that wolf. We can use that there as well. Pretty much guarantee all of these kills. Step up, maybe put ourselves closer to that guy. Down goes the dire wolf. And we super whiff, but we get double bleeding. He's probably going to die to his bleeding. He'll get a chance to do something and then he'll probably bleed out. No, very close though. Sticking around just to be annoying, it seems like. We shall wait. Try and get closer, but probably won't matter. What I'm anticipating happening is we'll kill the guys in the front, then the guys in the back will run. We should have been smart with our adrenaline there, that was all me. We might have been able to catch up. Let's tie him down some more. He's dead. Break free, break free. Wow. I guess Wonton he has really low melee skill, and I think that's what it takes to break out of nets, is better melee skill. So netting him is pretty brutal, because he'll just never be able to get out of it. We can use someone else to help him. Very similar to like the Kraken fight, if you guys have ever done that. Kraken fight is all about using other brothers to keep the ones you have from being like wrapped up by tentacles. And it's very similar to being netted. Like I said, we're taking this fight for pure cash value. Adrenaline, step in. Perfect. So we'll be able to go first next turn and close the distance. That's not to say that they won't be able to easily footwork their way away from me. Very nice. Good shot. I'm anticipating one of them being able to get away. One of these two. Because I think we're going to stay on the high ground here. Oh, wow. Didn't anticipate the one shot either. So maybe we have a chance to wrap them up. Is there someone on this board that I'm not seeing right now? I guess there is. What we could do is drop a dog. Flanking Falcon. No, it's just these two. I don't know why. Why was I thinking there was a third? Maybe I was remembering before that guy died. That's possible. Perfect. Also, I just realized, man, we didn't get any more heavy throwing weapons from all those chosen and stuff. That would have been another nice little, like, permanent upgrade prize for us. So we'll see how many crowns we get from this fight. Maybe 1,000. The dream is kind of dying, to be honest, in terms of getting that amazing new fencing gear. And I say new because I'm pretty sure it didn't exist before the current DLC. So yeah, I mean, this is not even 1,000, I don't think. Maybe 800. Dang. But it was a free fight at least. Do we stop at Jimenstein? I don't think so. You find the nobleman Sir Quick Hans and the rather ragged-looking Ozzy quarreling over the last piece of food on a spit. Apparently the lowborn got his fork to it first, but the nobleman claimed that his high stature granted him the right to the meat. In the company of sellswords, no man is low or highborn. I don't care if you're disgruntled. Sir Quick Hands the Quick looks aghast. He slowly lifts his fork from the spit, and Ozzy immediately shovels the last bit of meat into his mouth. The nobleman gets up and heads your way. He straightens before you, bumping his chest into yours as you lock eyes. A few of the men put their hands on their pommels. You expect to get a piece of land when all this is said and done? Yeah? I hope you do, because then I'll come and knock and show you how nobles really treat one another. Yeah. Get out of here. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, man. Because at the end of the day, we're watching each other's backs. And if you want to be that guy, you are going to get stabbed in the back and no one's going to help you. Okay. Sir Muldoon the Logical. I've been thinking about his character, his stats. He could make, honestly, a really solid two-handed bro. And our best two-hander right now is the Great Sword. And honestly, I was going to give him that axe I accidentally sold. I was going to make him an axe bro. What I may end up doing is just giving him axe mastery right now, even though that kind of sucks. Because I don't see anything else I desperately want. Steel Brow is fine. He doesn't need Fortified Mind or anything like that. His resolve is great. Even though he's kind of scared versus Greenskins, which, let's be honest, who isn't? We could go Crippling Strikes, Executioner, but I think on two-handed guys, you want a lot of the top-tier perks. Yeah, his stats, I mean, his stats are great. Let's see what his rolls are. These are some pretty pitiful rolls. And I hate this -7. That's just such an unbelievably, like, ugly roll to have. I think we take that 3. And I think we take a 2. So for a while I was thinking he was going to be screwed using a spear forever. But I think if we can get him up to about 85-ish in the melee skill, which is definitely doable, he'll be a decent two-hander because his melee defense at the end of the day is going to be great. And then with Battle Forged and probably Indomitable, we won't have to worry so much about archers. And then his -7 range defense won't really come into play. If anything, he'll be like a bullet sponge. So I don't hate that. I just hate to lock him in before we get a weapon. And I'm not sure what else to get him. I don't hate Adrenaline. And it's been going... I mean, it's been super useful for a lot of our other brothers. But because he's a noble, I think I'll give him Steel Brow. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's pretty thematic that our barbarian brothers, and then like Sir Lancel, who just wants to be a barbarian, and our, and our little bit of fan fiction we got going on, that they would take Adrenaline, but that a noble like Sir Muldoon would have Steel Brow. That kind of feels cool. I think at the end of the day, they're pretty interchangeable. Could go with something like Relentless or Resilient. I don't hate any of that. But let's go with Steel Brow. And then next we'll probably get something like Underdog. And then 100% into Battle Forged. Okay. And our brothers are still quite injured. And our Thane has happily leveled. Got to get him to 60. Got to get that up. And let's get him to at least 10 melee defense. His melee defense is honestly pitiful without a shield. And let's hunt down these barbarians. Maybe one of them, they're Reavers. They might have one of those axes for us. And Unearthed Tomb, we'll take that fight. We're on turbo fight mode. We want to fight everything. We need as many crowns as we can get, as much experience as we can get. It kind of sucks. This fight isn't going to give us a ton of experience. Because we do have, at the end of the day, we have training experience on Sir Muldoon and on Sir Quickhans. So, ooh, I see some heavy throwing weapons, but no big axes. So yeah, we want to maximize that plus 33% experience for a couple fights by giving them the biggest fights we can. Yeah, in this awkward hill position. Lots of heavy throwing weapons. Wow. Okay. A 5% chance? Really? Step up. Now what? 20? Okay, Quickhans. Let's switch it out. Let's go wide here. I'll be going first. Good sirs. And I'll also be stepping up here to ruin your day. Spear wall all around this position. Man, our archers are just in such pitiful spots. Step in here, force them to switch. Wow, great damage. Nice. And that wrecks his armor. That makes me want to step in. Yeah, we're taking a lot of one-on-ones. And I think it's safe for us to do that at this point in our playthrough. Even like Wonton Fu, you know, he's got a fighting spear, he's got a unique shield, he's got Cell Swords armor. If he can't do it, like, who can? Let's step in here to help Wonton Fu get a better surround. Wow. He hit us, missed, and then tried to run and wrecked himself. Axe Hammer comes out, misses. The high ground is helping us out quite a bit. And because we have Underdog, we're not getting any kind of malice from being slightly surrounded. Yeah, let's make this dude wish he had stayed in his yurt last night. Step back. Let's use Adrenaline. We'll probably be able to kill this guy. Putting injuries. Feels good. Alright, that sucked, but we may have another chance with this bill hook. Let's do it. And we nail him. Yeah, it's a bit of an uphill throw. 40% though. Not bad odds. Let's get us going first. Stuff could still go wrong here. That's the thing about fighting these dudes. Their weapons are so strong. Wow, and he tried to run again. What a coward. He has disgraced his people. And because we are running somewhat low on ammo, we should conserve a little when we can. Ooh, and he almost broke our dang shield. Come on, we don't have to land much, but we do have to land some stuff. I'm going to leave room for Sir Muldoon to step in here. Because he will be able to actually use... Yeah, there we go. Whoop. Someone suggested also in the comment section that maybe we can make someone using all goblin weaponry. And that's a really cool suggestion. Because when you put together that sword plus the goblin bow, what you basically get is a brother who can move around super easy with almost no fatigue. Almost like a ranger. Think just someone we could give like crazy like movement abilities to and just constantly have him out of range sniping people. And they brought up the point that that might not be a great late game thing when everyone's wearing super heavy armor. But man, against some enemies, I mean, he'd basically be like a ninja. Just couldn't catch him. And I like that idea a lot. It's not going to come down to whether or not I want to do it, because believe me when I say I 1000% want to make that character. But it's going to come down to whether or not we get a dude with the right stats. And I think to get those stats, we're going to need like a sellsword, probably. They generally have good ranged ability and melee ability. They can also, come with pretty decent fatigue, which is what you need. Sometimes initiative as well. I don't have the chart up in front of me right now that talks a lot about the potential stats that people come with. One of the downsides, for instance, of the adventurous noble, like Sir Lancel, is that they almost always come with like negative range defense, which isn't huge. They have a lot of other really good stats, and they're usually very focused on melee, so you kind of know what you're getting, right? But when you go with someone like, let's say, like the Sword Master, you get some of the best melee skill in the game, but at the sacrifice of a lot of times they're old men, and they end up having really bad traits. But anyway, okay, so let's take this fight. This may be the last fight of the day, unless we plan on going super long. Also, it kind of sounds like I'm losing my voice. Just a little bit. Okay. Necromancer, 3 guys. Pretty standard fight we have here. We don't need our banner just yet. I'm happy that it finally gave us the high ground. And let's tuck in our brothers here. Our Lone Wolf brothers just don't have quite enough resolve yet on their own. Without the use of the necklaces, of which we have none, because no taxidermist, we can't trust them to hold their resolve versus Geists. And because of that, we're going to keep them high and tight. But there will be a time where we're going to be able to use them as true Lone Wolf brothers, send them out as far as we can, and when the enemy starts to ignore them, which I've noticed they do now pretty easily. The AI didn't used to do that. They used to really clump up around your Lone Wolves, and it would freak them out. But what you can do is send them out, they'll go 1v1, 2v1, whatever, they'll win, and then they'll collapse from behind. And that was the strat. What I'm seeing now, though, is that there's a fallen hero on the battlefield, and he has an axe. A level 3 fighting axe, which is several thousand crowns worth of weapon, which I would love to get. His helmet is also not bad. It's super heavy, but it's not bad. I think it's 240. It's a decayed full helm. And as far as our frontliners go, I mean, our frontliners, oh, he's actually wearing a crossbowman's hat, or helmet. But as always, keep the front lines from engaging for as long as possible. That'll keep the Geist back. Buy us extra turns to shoot. I think it's safe to spear wall here because I imagine this possessed zombie is going to step up. Let's get the battle standard out. We might miss out on a tiny bit of DPS, but it won't be much. And there we go. If he doesn't land in here, I'm curious to see if the Geist will advance. I think they might stay back. This will be a good little experiment for us to know. So, like, did he technically come into our range? You know, or is he still considered out of our range and unengaged? We'll see in a second if the Geist move forward. Nope. They want us to be locked down. So we've I think we've narrowed in on kind of the AI's programming there. 1 second, guys. My son just woke up. Alright. And he is going to eat his breakfast. And that's okay, because today's episode is just about over. Also, something I wanted to say before I forget. I shared that whole like bitten story with you guys, and I want to say thank you so much for everyone who told their own stories about animals that they had lost. Yeah, I want to say thank you for that. I know it's hard to share those things, even sometimes far into the future. But I just want to say that I did appreciate it, and it made me feel better. And I'll probably end up sharing some of those with my wife as well, just to let her know that there are people out there that care. So thanks again, guys. Wasn't the first animal in my life, but definitely was probably the one I've gotten almost the most attached to. I had a dog when I was younger that we had saved from Hurricane Katrina. Her name was Tina, and we had Tina for years until I joined the army, and in which case, of course, I wasn't able to take care of it, or her rather. And my sister stepped up, and she took him, or her, and yeah, she took her and gave her a good life with other dogs, and she lived to a really old age. And I got to see her before she passed, like right before she passed, and that was a nice thing to do. Because I had years, I had a lot of good years with her, but at the end, she didn't quite feel like my dog anymore because she had been with my sister's family for so long. But always felt like she remembered me, even though I went away in the army for so many years. Let's step here so that we're not stepping on a body that might potentially put us in a bad spot. This fallen hero is, make no mistake, a dangerous enemy. He has half of his armor, though, which is not a lot. It's just that helmet is tough. He's got a heater shield, and he's got a very dangerous weapon. And Sir Mudun is not our strongest brother by any means, so we're going to need to give him some backup. If we could kill him, we might be able to step up with Isaac and kill this guy. Go for the long axe now. I think the best thing we can do is perhaps give this fallen hero multiple targets. So that perhaps he won't focus down Sir Mudun, who is in good shape, admittedly. I don't want to lose that shield, though, if I can help it. Alright, Sir Quickhands. We need him to get higher than 45 range skill. He's going to get there, but he's not there yet. That was very good. Leisure Side is such a strong brother. And I think we can step forward with Svarog and get Svarog into that fight back here. He could probably single-handedly take that. But having a possessed fallen hero with that caliber of weapon is quite scary. See what he does with it. Yes, please go for this shield. I think it was Mr. Blue in the comment section who said something like, please let them go for this shield. Let's see how many hits it takes. Thing's over 100 durability. Yeah, that's a powerhouse shield. It's heavy, but I think it's worth it. The durability alone. Normally, I would say durability is somewhat of a dead stat, because if you're taking hits to your shield, you're kind of happy already. But in this instance, I don't quite feel that way. It's so much durability that against certain opponents, it's going to tank them forever. Yeah, 3 hits from that is pretty brutal. We're out of ammo, and I think we're going to reload this one time, because I do see that we are able to make that play there and potentially free up Sir Lancel to do something different. Let's go for that kill, and it was a decapitation, so that's great. Maybe we can get this one as well. Not quite. Can't make them bleed. We just have to straight power through. And we're going to line up a split here and use adrenaline to try and make sure we get that. Nice. Very nice. And down they go. Do we get the fighting axe? We do. So that's a huge upgrade. And I think we're going to give that to Sir Mudun. And then we can still make him that axe master. And we'll just have him use the standard fighting axe for a while until we get him a good two-handed great axe. We're going to leave some brothers here because if you know anything about Resurrection, you know that the fallen heroes basically always come back. Man, a double kill. A singular decapitation on the one that mattered the most. Just one lightly armored zombie standing between us and total victory. We'll step in just to make sure with the better surround that we have much higher odds of hitting. Alright, let's get them. And down they go. Alright, and Ozzy gets a level as well as someone else got a level 2. I barely missed it. And we did get the helmet too, so this is even better than I thought it was. It's 255. So that's an actual upgrade. We'll take that. I thought for sure it was 240. But I was misremembering. It's just super heavy. It's 22 versus 15. So who can wear something like that? Probably Svarog. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Who has the best fatigue out of these two? We'll take that. No. I was getting confused because he was in the rear. We want to put this... It's on one of these two. Yeah, that's good. That is good. Let's level up Ozzy. Got to get him to 90 for OCD purposes. Resolve has to be higher. And because he's an archer, we want to get his fatigue and his initiative up. That looks good. We also leveled up Skibo Swoleharm. I'm going to get these both to 60 no matter what. Take a little bit more resolve. Call that good. That was a lucrative fight. I love that helmet pickup. I don't know if he's the best one to wear it. 78. 72. Fritz has low. I mean, I guess he is. Until we get something much, much better. That's just a fine thing for him to have. And the fighting axe needs to go on someone. And I think it's fitting that we give it to Sir Mudun. So there we go. That's a weapon fit for a knight or a nobleman. And that's our hour-long episode today. Let's see if we can at least find what our next fight will be. Whoa. Many barbarian thralls. Yeah, guys. We're going to load up on the stuff. What's our inventory looking like? Pretty dang full. After this fight, we'll probably head over to Elkshorn, sell what there is to sell, head down to Greensmere, take whatever fights we can, head back to Grafenheid, and then book it up to Donnerstad. But in the meantime, we're just going to take every fight we can, get as many levels as we can, get as rich as we can, and do what we can. That was dumb. That was not smart. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and as always, I will see you in the next one, y'all. Take care.